Did you?
I'm loose. I said I'm loose, baby.
Yo, what up, blood?
I did want to read this text exchange that I had with
What up,
Joseph,
boo-boo?
with Joseph, who was supposed to be on the podcast today. I said, and this is true. I said, I've shared this with a few people and they've recommended that I tell you, so here goes. I had a dream on Tuesday night that a video came out of you in a pool kissing the rapper Drake. Does that mean anything to you? He said, well, that sounds wild. No, it does not mean anything to me. I said, okay, man, stay safe out there. He said, Tony, out where? What are you talking about? And I just said, the world, bro.
Just life, man. What do you mean? Drake's fucking looking for you, dude.
This was the funniest fucking dream I've ever had. It wasn't, I didn't see it happening, but it was like, somebody shows me a video. They're like, yo, you got to see this. And it's Joseph making out with, like, tenderly kissing Drake in a pool. And I woke up and I could not stop laughing. And then I was like, I have to tell him about it. But
Stay safe out there.
stay safe, man.
Where? What do you mean, man?
He was really, that's what I mean when I say he's very funny. There's his reaction to it was perfect.
That's pretty priceless.
Well, that sounds wild.
I'm bummed he didn't make it.
We'll get him on another time, but it did give me the
We're going to
opportunity
do his money anyway.
Yeah.
Or his movie, rather. We're going to do his movie
We're going to
anyway.
take his money.
Yeah, that too, but that's later.
Yeah, but this is a film that I haven't seen.
God, and like, I think when it first came out, maybe I saw it.
It was on DVD. It was one of the DVDs that I snuck out of the library.
Everyone had this DVD. This was like in every collection for some reason.
Which is, you're right, and it's crazy because the movie didn't do that well. It only made like $30 million.
Yeah.
And
but
yet it was a
chocked full of stars.
Crazy
and
stars.
Soon to be stars, current stars, soon to be stars. Then it's also hilarious.
Amanda Seyfried.
What's that? Amanda Seyfried and Amber Heard.
Amber Heard's not in there.
Yeah, that's Amber Heard. The second girl in the swimming pool is Amber Heard, and she shows her tops.
Is that her?
Yeah. The second girl in the swimming pool. It's 100% Amber Heard.
You're right. That's Alma. I did not even recognize her.
That's so,
and
which
she
is
does
funny.
Show her tots.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried kind of does.
It's like side, yeah.
I remember pausing that moment where she's jumping in the pool on my little tiny portable DVD player as a child, trying to see her bobs.
Yeah.
Because she was in Veronica Mars, and she was
Amber Heard shows him, which is funny because when the scene was happening, the person I was watching it with said, well, man, women can be predators too, huh? And so this brought up like a sort of, philosophical conversation because I was thinking like, it's Amber Heard and Amanda Seyfried are sexually pleasing you in a swimming pool. You're hardly a victim to me, but
definitely hard.
Yeah. But I'm hard
not
theory, but
being victimized
in like, in law, in the court of law, she's 100% right.
She's 17 also. Amanda Seyfried, I don't know how old Alma is supposed to be, but Amanda Seyfried's character, Julie, is supposed to be 17. He's supposed to be 15. It's Romeo and Juliet laws.
Yeah.
That's fine.
My, my wife got very upset by the movie and because it's true. So she is such an empath that when she finds out a movie is a true story, it upsets her to no end. Yeah. Because like we can watch all this horrible shit happen in The Sopranos and she's just like, I can tell myself that it's just a show and I can go to sleep. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and she was on the internet
reading about the actual case.
Fact checking. And the swimming pool scene is not real.
No.
Yeah. So which is what a great
most happy thing to happen to the kid.
Yeah, what a great write-in. I mean, I think that's part of the idea though. It makes you love the kid so much more. And what's funny is the murder scene didn't really catch me when I was younger. I was like, all I was focusing on is how it looks like a backdrop. It looks like a green screen. And I was just like, this is, poorly produced, blah, blah, blah. Watching it this time, I wanted to cry. It was very sad.
It is very sad.
Yeah.
You're my boy.
And why with the shovel first?
Why tape him up? He's already scream crying.
Yeah, I know.
There's it's kind of I really like this movie. There's some stuff in it that's sort of sloppy, but I'm not really gonna. But also you can kind of just be like, it's because they're dumb. They're fucking, it's one of the dumbest crimes ever.
Yeah.
And I love that every time somebody comes on screen, they go, witness number.
There's
and by
39.
the end, there's 39 fucking witnesses.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we're just going to kill this. It'll be fine.
That's the most witnessed murder in history, probably. I was thinking that's at one point. I was like, keeping the tally is hilarious, bro. But I think that if I had to guess, the shallow grave, the duct tape, the head wound, the multiple gunshots was all real shit. And so he put that in there to sort of show, because a lot of the scenes remind me of the movie Kids. There are these really long scenes.
This is a kids type movie.
They're just kids saying fucking bitch a lot and drinking 40s and being
slur.
stupid. Yeah. A lot of that. A lot of
Not going to repeat it. Disgusting.
But we're talking about Alpha Dog, by the way, 2006, about a 1999 murder, a 1990 something murder.
Let me see. Based on 2000, came out in 2006.
Oh wow! So it was, 5 years later.
A lot of interesting backstory on it. It's based on the true story of the kidnapping and murder of one Nicholas Markowitz. And a lot of the names are barely changed, or they changed the guy's name from Johnny, from Jesse James Hollywood to Johnny Truelove. And so during the filming, the DA of Santa Barbara County provided copies of a bunch of documents of the case and served as an unpaid consultant to the film, citing his desire to have the real guy captured. He was like, I want this movie to be big so that we catch Johnny Hollywood.
And they caught him right around then.
Yes. So
in the credits that says that he was caught 5 years.
After Hollywood was captured in Brazil and subsequently returned to the United States, his defense lawyer claimed that this DA, Zonin, had a conflict of interest and that he should be recused from prosecuting Hollywood because of his disclosure of the files and work on the film. Reversed that holding, but the DA ended up replacing him as the lead prosecution attorney. And Jesse James Hollywood's attorney tried to block the release of the film, basically saying that it would be prejudicial to him that this movie comes out portraying him as one of the all-time shittiest guys ever to be in a movie, I would say. Yeah. He's a pussy.
Yeah.
He's evil. And he's impotent.
Yeah. He's very good looking.
Yeah, he's handsome, but he's a fucking asshole to everyone around him. He's just clearly like insecure short guy who's just taking it out on everybody.
I love how he tries to fuck up Ben Foster, and Ben Foster lights his ass up.
Him knowing Taekwondo, the scene in the party. Where I took a ton of notes on this, and I want to go through it chronologically because there's a lot of shit I don't want to miss. But get out your general stuff.
He was somebody we couldn't find on the real story, the brother. Teresa was having trouble finding him. Well, I shouldn't say we. I did zero fucking research.
Inspired by Benjamin Markowitz.
Okay. But because he leaves very abruptly in the movie, it's surprising that that's the last time you see him. You don't see him receive the news. You see
him post up outside of Truelove's house, right? In the car.
And then you see them on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see him and he's and he's tweaking and he's like, I'm going to fucking
This might have been the first movie I saw Ben Foster in.
Amazing.
And he makes an impression.
Yeah. He makes the movie fun.
I need this fucking job, man. I'll take you down to hell.
I'll take you to hell with me.
It's so sick.
He's the highlight of the movie, really. I mean, as far as acting chops go.
Everybody kind of kills it. Anton Yelchin, how old was he at the time?
Oh, man. I get so sad talking about him. Dude.
So sad. The beginning, where it's actual childhood footage of him, I was like...
They have no clue what's fucking coming down the road. What, 10 years later, probably? 2016-ish he died, I think. So
he would have been 16 or 17 when this was being shot.
Yeah. What was it? His fucking Jeep rolled downhill and pinned him up against his gate or something?
Happened to a friend of mine also.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems
a guy I went to high school with.
Can you imagine like being
Horrible.
like, what the fuck? This is how it happens?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would be very mad.
yeah, that
I'd
guy
rather
had a
get
huge
duct taped
career.
up and hit with a shovel and shot 9 times with a submachine gun, which is true also.
I was
That they
gonna
shot him with
say.
the Tech 9.
What a-
when he
what a
pulls that
fucking-
out, I started laughing. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
know.
how unnecessary.
What a
You need
Hollywood
a
thing.
machine gun to kill a 15-year-old.
But that's like a Hollywood Hills kid. He wouldn't have a revolver. He'd want like the cool rapper gun that's in the Bitches and Guns video that he watches.
Yeah. So they're in the San Gabriel Valley, which I guess borders Los Angeles. I don't know fucking anything about California.
I know
Geography.
I know California geography. I don't know Los Angeles geography. Los Angeles geography's fucked though. There's a ton of places, you know.
Yeah.
It's like very big.
Giant city.
But I mean, you probably know California a little bit. I mean, you know San Diego's down there at the bottom.
No.
Then Los Angeles.
I know Northern California is where it gets hick. I know like Bakersfield sucks.
Yeah.
I spent a crazy
Humboldt County is where all the weed used to be. I mean, still is, but
so I
now
had
it's everywhere.
When I was in high school, so 16 or 17, had like a blissful trip to San Francisco with my buddy John. We stayed with his cousin. It was amazing.
What year?
2000. I mean, I was
15 years ago?
2008, probably.
Okay.
2008,
It's a
2009.
good time for that city.
For sure.
I lived there in the 90s.
We go back a year later, and John decided to bring along his buddy, also named John Rafe. Fuck you. Hate this guy.
Fuck you, man. Opposite of a shout out, bitch.
Both of them were learning to play the violin, which they referred to as a fiddle because they were trying to be like rustic country people. Mm-hmm. So we get there. John's
Very
cousin
2008, yeah. Did they wear suspenders and stuff?
type
All the
shit.
T-shirts?
Type
Yeah.
shit.
Mumford and Sons?
We get there, and the first night we're there, they're like practicing fiddle in the house. And the next day, John's cousin's roommate is like, "These guys have to go." We get kicked out, and we have like a week that we're planning to be in San Francisco. We drove there,
Oh.
and so we're like, "What are we gonna do?" John Rafe says,
That's what everyone else does. Live
I
on the
got
street.
some like buddies that we can like stay with up in Chico." So we go up to Chico. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I don't know what Chico is.
Shit town.
North?
Turns out he can stay with them. They're not allowing us to crash there, but they're going to give us a bunch of weed at the end of the week. And all I cared about at this point in time was
Okay.
beer and weed.
Yeah.
So we're stuck in Chico. I was like stealing alcohol from gas stations because I didn't have a fake ID or whatever. And we're literally just going back and forth from going to Jack in the Box, like buying a taco each and charging our phones, to going and like sitting in John's car. And eventually we got our hands on a tent, and we set up a tent just like in the woods. We're just homeless in Chico.
Like a lot of people.
This tent, one morning, we're like sleeping in there.
Chico, how the
Somebody bangs on the tent. Police, come out. We're like, okay. We unzip the tent, and this cop, I thought we were getting arrested because we were just camping in like an area where you're not supposed to be camping, right?
Yeah.
This cop's like,
Did you murder somebody?
woman was raped and beaten last night.
Whoa.
Shows me a picture of a woman with her eye knocked out of the socket.
Ugh.
I had just woken up. He goes, "You recognize this lady? You recognize? Did you see a Hispanic man with tattoos?" I'm like, "Jesus Christ, no, stop, no." And they're like, "All right, you can't camp here. Get out of here."
Yeah, obviously.
It was one of the
I'm
most
good, brother.
horrific weeks of my life.
CHICO?
CHICO.
Chico, CA, bro. Where are you?
And then
at?
here's the capper on this story.
Oh, it's like inland. Oh, yuck. Yeah, that's northeast of San Francisco. Ugh.
the weed that we received after staying there for a week.
Trash.
It was trim.
Oh, no.
It was the shit that they trim off.
It was all, yeah.
Coffee can of basically unsmokable little bits of shit that we then drove back to Iowa just smoking giant joints of it, not getting high. I wanted to kill this guy, John Rafe, who lives on a big plot of land owned by his parents and has never worked a day in his life and just sucks shit and ruined my trip to San Francisco.
Yeah, dude. Well, that wasn't a trip to San Francisco. That was a trip to Chico.
And the year before was so
God.
sick, dude. Bro, we went to the dispensary. We get like 3/8 of weed, and then we like went to Golden Gate Park, right?
Yeah.
And when we got back to the house, we're missing one of the eighths of weed. It was Chocolope was the strain. And John, my buddy Pope, is like, I know where it is. He's like, I know exactly where in Golden Gate Park I dropped it. I was like, this is one of the biggest parks in the fucking country, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, no way. But he's like, I guarantee you.
Golden Gate Park
we,
is huge.
We maybe had to take a ferry or something, but we walk from like Marin all the way across the city to Golden Gate Park, like on this mission to go find this eighth of weed. Yeah. And we found it. He knew where it was in the park.
Dude, that's amazing.
Crazy orienteering. Yeah, it was just great. It was so much fun. Loved that city. And then the next time we went, it was completely ruined.
I haven't been there in a long
time. If you've ever
time.
heard somebody who doesn't know how to play the violin, like learning the violin.
It's probably pretty painful. Do that. You want to do that for a little bit longer for our listening?
So fucking awful, dude. And that was very frustrating.
That's a good fucking California story, dude. I'm grateful for that California story. My family lived in.
It was a horrible experience
in the northern part of the city in a neighborhood called
San Francisco, right?
Yeah, called Glen Park. And then
you said you lost your V card in San Francisco.
Yeah. And then when I moved there, my aunt had moved to the Mission, which is a very popular neighborhood now in the like middle of the city, just north of the Tenderloin. The Mission District was very, very rough in the 90s. It was where all of the Hispanic gangs argued with each other on the street.
You know, they say if you're going to San Francisco, wear some flowers in your hair.
Yeah.
You went to San Francisco, you got deflowered by a bear.
Yeah, well, by an Asian lady.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lost my V card to an Asian girl.
That's incredible.
It was very...
Your VJ card.
Oh, you know what? In Golden Gate Park. It was in Golden Gate Park.
Really?
On New Year's Eve, 1997-98.
That's so powerful.
Nah.
I was 5.
Okay.
Was also losing my virginity at that time.
Is this a psychological podcast now?
No.
You were 5 then. I thought you were saying you were 5 when you got your V card pulled. I was like, okay.
Both.
Yeah. Well,
no, I was 5 and
that's a crime. I believe.
It was an Amanda Seyfried type situation. She was 6. She was really hot. Yeah. Got me in the pool. Played sexy Marco Polo.
You know, the Cuban Sandwich Festival's today.
That's great. I have to go to the gym, so I will not be attending.
I was thinking about taking the boys. It's just me and the boys today. And, my mom's watching right now. Monica came and got the boys, or the Riley earlier. But I don't know. I have a really good plan for dinner. And that painting's new.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that new? When did that go up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I genuinely, you saw how long it took me to notice this.
I don't know. I didn't know that was there. That's strange to me. It's very beautiful though. We should put that over here.
I'm with it.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to go deal with Ybor City today and eat like too much food. You know what I mean? And I have I was caramelizing the onions. Yes, I know you just turn up the heat, but that doesn't.
No, you don't. That was a joke.
Yeah, it chars them if you do that.
It's the whole thing with caramelizing onions is it has to take a long time.
Yeah, well, there's chefs that say you can recreate it, but you have to. You know how many batches you're going to burn first before you get that right?
Hate to burn the batches
because you have to keep deglazing like constantly. You basically for 15 minutes deglazing, and that doesn't sound like a lot. Try to fucking do it. Your wrist will get tired.
What does deglazing mean?
Just like scraping the pan with a folding knife or something, like trying to keep the char off of the pan with water and for 15 fucking minutes, dude, this shit gets crazy. So I was just, on low medium.
There's a lot of glazing in our society, and we need to do some deglazing.
I thought it was 45 minutes, dude. When we texted, I was at an hour. And they were still white, so I fucking...
What are you doing with them?
Oh, I made like a homemade Big Mac sauce, and I'm gonna do like cheeseburger quesadillas. And
that sounds fire.
Yeah. So I made the sauce with like yogurt and Worcestershire and ketchup and vinegar and what else? I put some relish and some brown mustard. It's gonna be pretty good.
Yogurt?
Well, like 3/4 part yogurt and 1/4 part mayonnaise, just to keep the fucking like fat down, because those sauces can get really, really. And it's gonna be on a cheeseburger with fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's already gonna be a very high fat.
Are you putting the sauce in it, or are you gonna dip?
I'm thinking about dipping. Yeah.
This is nice.
Maybe some shredded lettuce. I bought a pack. I had to get the kid to open the box for me this morning. I was at the Publix quite early, and he was packing the lettuce, and I was like, "Hey man, you mind if we open this?" But it was all the way at the bottom of the tower. He was cool though. He was a teenager. He was like, "Yeah, sure, I got you, dude." Got me some. I think
he didn't give you the Gen Z stare.
No, he was like, "Yeah, of course, dude, man, yeah."
That's good.
I think shredded lettuce can change a burger, dude.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just that texture, that light
Extra
crunchy,
crunch with the onions mixed in there.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. And then caramelizing the onions, you know. So now it's like if I go to the fucking sandwich festival, I'm not doing that. So
don't do it.
It's my birthday meal to myself, and I'm gonna listen to my new birthday record, Geese, live at Third Man. Dude,
Third Man is Jack White's record label.
Yeah, in fucking Nashville. I knew about that place. He has like a really cool podcast where he like shows like old records and stuff. But this is a fucking awesome birthday present. Thank you so much. I've been listening to these guys so much.
And Tess went to some coffee shop / record store / bookstore.
Mojo.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, like Mojo's the shit. That's where I get like every record I buy now. Well, they're expensive. You know, so what I do like to buy records at thrift stores, but that's always just like classical music or like show tuney stuff.
Sure.
But this dude, Geese is like at the top of my listening right now, for sure. And I think for like in perpetuity, because they're so young too. I'm so excited about this.
It's going to be crazy.
So excited.
They got to do a rock opera.
And his solo shit is great.
It is. I don't like it as well as.
I'm so glad I remember this.
What?
Liking Cameron Crowe and not liking Bob Dylan does not make any sense. They are very, very similar.
Cameron
Winter, sorry. And so the live performance of Drinking Age that's on like Jimmy Kimmel or something.
Haven't seen it. Don't have YouTube.
is fucking Bob Dylan. There's like 3 black ladies singing. He is like, it's such a Bob Dylan performance. He's crooning. He's offbeat. He's like being very prophetic. He even, well, you know what he looks like actually? If you ever try it, you should go on YouTube and see. He looks like Paul McCartney actually. A lot. He's got those like half stupid looking eyes that girls think are cute. You know what I'm talking about?
I got those.
Yeah. You do a little bit. Got the
one of them's higher than the other.
Yeah, but anyway, this is a great fucking present, dude. I can't wait to listen to this record once I buy some more styluses because my children keep
Styli.
I found it yesterday. Oh, did you know that there's a band called Goose?
Yeah,
that's
like
a
some jam band,
like Fish.
I don't hate that stuff. If I see it live, I usually enjoy it.
I've gone to the shows and they're okay. I can't listen to the music on its own. No,
definitely not.
But
there's a reason nobody can name like a studio album.
I was trying to tell people about Geese, and they're like they keep saying, "Oh, like that Goose or whatever." And I saw a podcast that was interviewing Cameron Crowe, and Cameron Winter, and they made a joke about the Goose thing. And he's like, "All right, it was nice meeting you guys." It's pretty funny. But I wanted to get, because you explained something to me a couple of days ago.
I'm willing to bet Goose has insanely more listeners than them.
Yeah, so what is this theory you were explaining to me about their underexposure? Because their SNL...
Geese is doing better than Goose. What's wrong?
Their Trinidad on SNL is at 120,000 views. It's fucking so low. It makes no sense to me. They have a From the Basement that's got like 1 million views. Their Tiny Desk is getting close to 1 million views now, and it's like a month in, so that's pretty good. But there was a lot of hate on their SNL, and I feel like they did champion them by having them on, which is great. But they should.
SNL is just hurting for rock bands.
They should have pushed them. They're a Brooklyn band too. The SNL's a New York fucking thing. You know, a lot of those.
This group has a ton of. There's just like a shrinkingly small.
But you explained something to me about the algorithm, not the algorithm, but like
the media is like, oh, there's a new rock band of young people that's making like rock music and not specific genre, metalcore or
not like punk, hardcore,
etc.
Any of that. Yeah,
there's a lot of like older critics and shit that remember the heyday. You know, people that the Strokes
Yeah.
and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and like all these cool New York bands.
Yeah.
There's people that are
The White Stripes, early
Exactly.
days of the White Stripes.
I think there's a ton of people that are still very, very powerful
Detroit.
in media that are like hype when there's a new band like that. The other example is MJ Lenderman. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah. He's
And
cool.
he used to be in a band called Wednesday that's blowing up.
They
too.
remind me a little bit of like Steely Dan type rock and roll too. Like,
Sure, it's very smooth.
Yeah. A lot of fucking instruments going on, a lot of fucking soul going on, dude.
For sure. And it's like that type of music will get outsized attention, whereas there are artists that will never be written about in the New York Times that have like 10 times this group's audience, but it's just like TikTok algorithm music.
Yeah, like Joe, the guy from Stranger
DJO.
Things. Yeah, he had like billions of streams, but he's like touring with Tame Impala.
Yeah.
But Tame Impala is like objectively better music, and like
His music is, I haven't heard much of it, but I think it's fine. It's just
Kevin Garner. Parker. He's at least reviewed to be an incredibly,
Tame Impala is fantastic. I'm talking about the Joe guy.
yeah.
But there's another dude that I got recommended recently, and I click on him, and he's got like crazy streams.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of him. I'm trying to remember what his name was. His name might have been.
Yeah, my daughter wants to makes me play or she requests the K-pop Demon Hunters, the Huntrix, a lot.
This guy, Malcolm Todd. You ever heard of this guy?
No.
17 million monthly listeners. So he's got 9 times the audience that Geese does. But it's just like TikTok-y music. It's like weird little white boy R&B. His sister, Audrey Hobart, has 1.4 million. So she's under Geese, but it's still like,
I was just surprised.
I don't know. It's
on the
kind of
viewership
like
on
industry
YouTube.
plant-ish music, I think.
Yeah, because I'm looking at videos of theirs with like 15,000 views and 20,000. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. But
I bet if I look up this Malcolm Todd guy, his YouTube numbers are nuts.
yeah, so what about?
And again, it's not bad music, but it's not like.
Are you into K-pop?
No, I did watch the Demon Hunty movie.
Yeah, right. My daughter's super on it, dude. She knows all the words. It's pretty cool. I like that she gets so into stuff.
Yeah, this guy's music videos are all close to 1 million.
Dude, Rye is like, when she puts her head to something, she's still practicing vegetarian.
7.7 million on one. 25 million on one song. You never heard of him,
No.
For whatever reason, I don't know. There's some stuff that just like kind of falls below the level of like critical appreciation. It's probably less New Yorky and more LA-y, I would say.
Yeah.
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 But whatever.
What are you going to do?
Speaking of LA, I want to talk about this goddamn movie.
Let's go back to the movie.
Well, here's my thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters. Ended up being anti-demon in a way that I liked. For a minute, they're like, the demons are actually chill. But then they're like, no. The demons have been tempted by demonic forces like jealousy and selfishness into selling their souls. That's that scene at the end where the voice of the guy is coming into everybody's head and being like, I can help you. I can
Yeah.
It was expressly like, this is bad. Don't be a demon.
Yeah.
Don't sell your soul. So I enjoyed that. That's good. I was worried it was going to end up being like, demons are sick.
No. Yeah, it was quite the opposite.
I hate demons. But it humanized them in a way because it was like, they're just people that made a mistake, but people that made a bad mistake
Yeah, well.
can't be selling your soul.
But did you know that it set a new precedent in the Netflix contract? for film? So you can get paid on viewership, right? And you can get paid at like 50% viewership, 60% viewership. And there is a bracket for above 100% viewership, which is rewatching. And they're the first to ever achieve 120% viewership. So there's a new category for the payout of, what's it called?
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean,
I know Matt Damon was saying that they signed something where if more people watch the Netflix movie,
Yeah,
then
that's the new
their
like
crew would get paid more. And
yeah. And so but there's a new like above 100%. So rewatch is a huge thing, which is, that's probably going to happen more with the kid stuff.
I like the animation style that they had them doing,
kids
like
love.
anime facial expressions and stuff. It was very funny.
I mean, my kids love to watch the same shit over and over again. My kids love Curious George. I think they watch and Alvin and the Chipmunks.
When the girls see the boy band and they get horny and popcorn comes out of their eyes. What is that about?
That's very anime, don't you think?
Do you think it's appropriate for kids? Tess was saying, I don't know if this is appropriate for kids.
I'm trying to, I mean, there's some stuff in it I wasn't huge. But
the boy band sings that song, You're My Soda Pop, I drink every drop.
Yeah. Oh, and it really hits that spot. He says a couple things that I'm kind of like, meh, but I'm also trying not to be, I'm a firm believer in, semi-exposure to your children across the board, because like anything that they can completely have no exposure to, they're just going to seek out. Like, so I kind of want them to know even about, all these religions in the world that are so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, anything. Obviously we're not watching. Oh yeah, she watched a little bit of Saving Private Ryan that one time. That was probably not a very good dad moment, but
this was one of a class of movies that I was like not allowed to watch. But my mother worked, I've talked about this before, at the library, and so I could smuggle DVDs out of the back. And this was one that I got.
Alpha Dog?
Because first thing I would check on the box of the DVD.
Rated nudity.
Oh
yeah, dude. Duh.
And
duh.
Probably the most notable nudity is Wanda, Jake's girlfriend. You see her butt. Mm-hmm. And I guess you see Amber Heard's breasts.
Well, and you see Olivia Wilde's breasts too.
See Olivia Wilde's breasts.
That's a big deal. That's Olivia Wilde.
Can't stand her. Hate the bitch.
Why?
What she did to Shia.
What'd she do to Shia?
Bro, it's a whole thing. They were making this movie, Don't Worry, Darling, and she told the press after Shia got Me Too, she was like, yeah, he was actually really bad on set, and so we fired him, and Shia was like, no, there was a scheduling conflict. I never did your movie.
Oh, man. I think I remember this.
And then he leaked a voicemail where she was blaming problems on Florence Pugh, and then Florence Pugh refused to promote the movie, didn't show up to like the premiere and all this stuff.
Florence Pugh, our girl from
yes.
your movie.
The drama around Don't Worry, Darling is insane, and like I could spend an hour talking about it because Olivia Wilde started having sex with Harry Styles while making the movie, and they became a couple.
Is she way older than him?
Yes. But they were like boning in the trailer and stuff while she was supposed to be directing the damn movie. So
yeah, I didn't know all this. I just knew that Olivia Wilde was famously beautiful, very tall.
Did you know Alpha Dog is directed by Nick Cassavetes, son of John Cassavetes, one of the pioneers of American independent filmmaking?
Any relation to Bobby Cassavetes, the actor?
You're thinking of Bobby Cannavale.
Oh, I am. How'd you know that?
I'm really smart. But he co-wrote the movie Blow.
Okay.
He directed John Q.
Yeah.
The Notebook.
Denzel. I've heard of The Notebook.
And then Alpha Dog, and then since then it looks like a lot of stinkers. But he made a movie called Yellow that he co-wrote with Heather Walquist, who plays the girl with glasses in this movie, who I found very attractive.
The girl with glasses.
Jake's girlfriend, who he's having sex with when Zach knocks on the door. And later they harass her at the restaurant. And then you see her in the future and she has dreads.
Yeah.
That was my type of chick.
Yeah, she's pretty wild. Except her butt was very
flat.
Yeah.
But her breastises are pressed against the pillow.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hot scene. I know what you're talking about.
She looks great. And then he says, all right, put some clothes on. My brother's here. And she goes, yes, sir. See, Kyle.
Oh, God, yeah. She is hilarious.
He is Jewish, but he has an SS tattoo on his neck.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here. Okay. Opens up with, like I said, home footage of Anton Yelchin as a child. Extra sad because he is now dead.
Yeah.
And then we see Bruce Willis as Sonny Truelove being interviewed. I love this. He just goes, this whole thing really about parenting.
Yeah.
And the interviewer is like, what do you mean? He's like, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Because he's trying to blame the parents of the kid that died.
Yeah.
Is what it seems like.
I love it.
And the interviewer, who's very aggressive, I'll say, the fake interviewer in this. So it's set up. There's like a fake documentary being made about the movie, and you see clips from that intercut with it, which I think is I like that.
It's a little not
construct.
present enough, though. And that's my thing. Is they couldn't make up if they were doing it or not. It felt like until a couple of scenes, but like the whole idea disappeared through the whole middle of the movie. It's in the beginning, and then
they would cut to stuff occasionally.
And then Sharon Stone ate a bunch of fucking calories to.
She drank a lot.
Yeah,
I think is the implication. Alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, the real story on that lady is fucking upsetting.
What's the real story?
Like 12 suicide attempts. Yeah.
I didn't know if that was real or not.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
She wrote a book about her son dying also.
Yeah, but
My Stolen Son.
and we're going to get to it in just in a minute to the movie, but about that type of behavior, I just am of the opinion that if you want to kill yourself, you will succeed. That attempts at suicide are cries for help, yes, and they're valid, but they're more self-seeking than anything. That an attempt at suicide, because like I had a friend whose dad got cancer and didn't want his
You've talked about
life
this.
savings, right? So he put a 45 in the middle of his forehead and pulled the trigger. Like, if you want to do it, man, this is America. There are guns everywhere. Put it in the middle of your forehead and fucking pull the trigger. You will not, like, there's no like margin for error, right? But so,
Like she says in this, alcohol was involved.
losing a child could be horrible. And I can imagine. I don't want to imagine what it'd be like. But I see some people, they make it about themselves in the long run. And like writing a book about it and being interviewed about it. And I'll tell you, if that ever happened to me and anyone ever came to me with a camera, they would go to the fucking hospital, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I wondered how they felt about this. So Susan Markowitz attempted suicide 3 times, the real lady that Sharon Stone is playing. Jeff Markowitz, the dad, elaborated, she is so tortured by what happened that she's tried to take her own life. The last thing that either of us wants to see is this picture. How would any loving parent feel about a Hollywood movie that glamorizes their son's death and allows celebrities to cash in on an evil, brutal murder? Here's the twist. Nonetheless, both Susan and Jeff attended the film's premiere. And Susan stated she was moved by Anton Yelchin's portrayal of Zach. After the screening, she embraced Sharon Stone, who played her.
well, this I think speaks to the whole vibe of the movie, that all these people are fucking empty. They
want clout.
They are all just that people, these LA people. I love how half the witnesses are like parents of the kids that are involved. Like they drove them to
just
the
letting it
party
happen,
and
yeah.
shit. And like, oh, I just want one night with my fucking husband and you won't even let me
She's on
have that.
ecstasy.
Yeah.
I'm Xing right now. I can't even understand what you're saying.
It was just about these like LA like fake people and
So it is,
and their progeny.
Bruce Willis is kind of right that it is kind of about parenting.
Yeah, it's all these people are horrible parents and their kids suck and they have money.
But the one good-ish parent in the movie, Sharon Stone, I would say.
Yeah.
And she's rewarded by her son getting married, or murdered. Yeah. But so the interviewer, this is not great journalism. He's like, but your son was a major drug dealer. He's like, he sold a little weed, and he's like, he was selling like all the weed in the area, and he was getting it from you. And Bruce Willis is basically like, no comment on that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Then we meet the fellas. Emil Hirsch, looking young, is Johnny Truelove, JT, and he's bullying this guy Elvis, who owes him money and who he employs to do chores around the house. He's basically like, it's still light out. Why are you hanging out with us? You're supposed to be picking up dog shit, etc. And we then see Johnny doing a drug deal with this blonde guy named Bobby 911, who has huge lips and is kind of like really slow way of talking.
Yeah, I like him.
I like Bobby.
I like his comment. He goes, if it makes sense, do it. If it doesn't, fuck it.
Fuck it. You know, he's doing the soft.
He does
sell.
have some grossly large lips. They're like past attractive.
Who plays him?
Well, no, he reminds me
Alex Solowitz.
I don't know who that is.
He has not been in very many films, it would appear. But
And good old Justin Timberlake with all of the standard corny tattoos.
Yeah.
Literally. He's got every standard corny tattoo down to Chinese characters on his back
He's
wings.
a corny guy.
Yeah, angels on his back. His birthday across his chest.
I like this movie because there's not enough movies about this type of guy, about like pothead, kind of amoral, nihilistic. There's a huge segment of people. This is how I picture a lot of people in California. This is how love my cousins to death, Bruno, Rocco, and Vito. This is kind of how my cousins are.
Yeah.
They're just like...
That's true. It's not an
Guido.
archetype you see a lot of.
Yeah, but that's real as fuck. And there's always one guy who's got his shit together who has a house and everybody parties at his house.
Yeah.
And that's who Johnny is. That's who JT is.
Now, the relationship between JT and Elvis, I think, is very real and very, like, sad.
I'd be interested to know how much of that is from the actual case. But
yeah, the poor kid, and he's the one that ends up doing the dirty deed, to prove the whatever.
We got Harry Dean Stanton playing JT's dad's Sonny Truelove's friend. And Harry Dean Stanton says that JT sounds like half a F slur because he's not going to be out chasing ass that night. And then I love that convo ends with him. He's like calling him gay, and then he just turns to Bruce Willis and goes, "He's a great kid."
Yeah.
But Bruce Willis is supplying him with weed. We see that confirmed.
Yep.
And then we have Ben Foster, probably the highlight of the movie, performance-wise. Ben Foster.
Oh, yeah.
As Jake coming in to have dinner with his family, and he sits down for like 2 minutes and is like, "Dad, I got to talk to you," and you already know what it is. He needs to borrow money. He seems to be on drugs.
Math is math and weird though. He asked for $800, and then he's in the middle of some deal for thousands with True Love. It's like, what's none of that?
I think he owes True Love money that he's trying to.
Well, wasn't it like
pay down.
Thousands? There was like a scam going or something.
She says at the end that he only owed him $1,200. But he tells them the story of like a scam that he attempted to do.
Yeah.
He robbed a guy for ecstasy pills that ended up being fake. But anyway, Sharon Stone as Olivia, his stepmom, Jake's stepmom, and Zach's mom is not having it. She doesn't want him to get the money. And Jake starts off calm and then goes, "Do you think I'd fucking be here if it wasn't the last stop on the block?"
Yeah.
He's clearly on meth. But we see all the girls partying. Elvis is breakdancing. It's a classic white boy party. They're making out with chicks.
The music video that's playing is tailor-made for the film, and it's to get her.
It's called "Guns and Bitches" by Gangsters in the Hood.
Yeah, and it's like bad fucking graphics, and
I have to think that it was just like would have been too hard to get a real rapper to have their music video be featured, and then have them be like, "These guys are fake."
Yeah,
But
true that.
Olivia Wilde, as you said, plays Johnny's girlfriend. Justin Timberlake like watches something funny happen and then turns to this girl and goes, "I'm fucking high, dog." This was one of his first big acting performances, and he's great. He really embodies this dude.
He does.
But he starts talking shit to Elvis because
I feel like Justin Timberlake is this guy, though.
I don't think so.
No?
I think he's smooth.
Well, not when he's drunk being fucking filmed by the police. Have you seen that footage?
No, was he cutting up?
He's trying to explain to the cop who he is, and the cop's like, "I don't know who the fuck you are, man." He's like, "I'm on a world tour," and he's like, "What does that mean? Who are you? Do you have your ID?" He's like, "I'm Justin Timberlake. I'm on a world tour," and the cop's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's hard to explain. It's a world tour." It's like, Justin, tell him you sing and dance.
I'm a singing dancer.
Yeah.
He's probably too drunk.
He sounds weird. It's fucking off-putting. It's actually upsetting because I kind of love Justin Timberlake.
Me too.
Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of the footage, but I of course watched it.
It's also crazy to see him. I feel like even though these guys are not heroic, you couldn't make a movie with this much homophobia included in it today. Because this next scene is him. JT needs a beer, and Elvis is like, I got you, and goes and gets him a beer. And then Justin Timberlake picks up on this. His name is Frankie, and he's like, "You love Johnny." And Elvis is like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "No, you love him. If he asked you to suck his cock, you probably would."
Yeah, he would.
He's like, "You're a fucking F slur." And they're being very homophobic, and Johnny is going along with it. He's like, "Yeah, Elvis, suck my cock. Suck my cock."
Admittedly, the culture that they're emulating is still, to this day, quite homophobic.
Sure.
That's something about that gangster culture, the homosexuality.
They're also racist, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll see in a minute. He says, you trying to N-word talk me.
Yeah.
And there's no black people in the movie.
There's not a single black person in this movie, is there?
It's all white guys and there's one Latino.
That's got to be on purpose, yeah.
I think this is how that set is. I think like this part of Los Angeles is probably like heavily kind of like privileged white kids.
Yeah.
Everybody's home that we see is really nice. Justin Timberlake's dad has
They're
like
all
a
like
crazy
super
nice
fucking,
Yeah, it's
pimped
just,
out
it's
houses.
rich kids acting ghetto. That's it. You know,
his dad is like sleeping with 2 girls.
His dad's a
Everyone's on
baller.
drugs. But
yeah.
they're not just rich people. They're like rich eccentrics. Like they're LA rich people.
Sure.
Except for Ben Foster's family.
And Jake shows up and JT lets him in. He says, Jake, you got to start calling me before you come over. You Christ killers don't have any manners.
Oh, love it.
Calling him Jewish, basically.
Yeah.
And then Jake tells him this story where he's like, yeah, I got the ecstasy pills. I stole them. I was going to get some money together for you, but then they turned out to be fake. And JT says, you trying to N-word talk me. And Jake says, watch your mouth, you little midget. I'm not one of your little F-word friends. And JT puts a belt around his neck and like slams him through a fucking glass table.
Yeah.
I don't like in movies where that happens and nobody gets cut up, because if that happens, you get cut up.
Yeah, 100%.
But Jake flips off the ground, kung fu style, throws Johnny through the
Fucking
glass
his
door,
ass up, dude.
dunks his head in the pool, and they pull him off.
Oh, if his friends don't come out, he murders him.
I think so.
Ben Foster, yeah,
He's
for
a psychopath.
sure. Yeah.
But
and he's stronger, and he's more of a man. He's more of a man.
He's way more of a man. But JT points a gun at him.
Yeah.
And now JT is soaked. He's humiliated, right? This is like traumatic for him. But Ben Foster's like, you point that thing at me, you better pull the trigger. Yeah. And he shoots into the yard and he's like, try me, you fucking K-word. Yeah. There's every slur is in this movie. There's no slurs left unslurred.
Oh, man.
But that's
what a great time, dude.
And then we cut to Jake having sex with his girlfriend, Wanda, who is so beautiful. She made another movie with Nick Cassavetes that I need to watch because
What's it called?
It's called Yellow, and it's about her being on a bunch of Vicodin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God, it sounds familiar.
But Zach, she's really only been in movies with Nick Cassavetes in them, directing them. But he also made The Notebook. Did you know that? Great movie.
Yeah, very, very good.
But Zach shows up at the house. Wanda comes in, gives him a hug while covering her tits with a pillow. As I said, she says, yes, sir, Sieg Heil. And Goose steps away. They're drinking. She's doing some really good, like, drunk high acting here.
And she's having a lot of fun with Zachy, calling him Wacky Zachy.
Wacky Zachy.
Yeah, that's a cool, fun scene. Yeah.
Yeah. He complains about his mom, and she's like, you're her baby.
There's a ton of these really long, drawn-out scenes of just kids being kids.
Yeah.
That we talked about earlier.
Zach says that him and his mom have homework parties with little hats. That sucks. But Olivia calls and she's really upset. And so they take him and drop him off. And he's like fucked up, hammered. And
they try to send Riley home with homework at school. And I tell them no.
Why? Because she's too young.
Well, that and no, do your fucking job, dude. Work is for work. And if she wants to do some work to get ahead, but we're not going to be like held to that standard of, hey, when you go home, this is our time. We give her to you guys for you guys to do your thing.
She's in kindergarten now.
Yeah. And and there's, I will say the reader we do as a thing together, but I'm not going to have my daughter going in her room and doing schoolwork alone. Okay. She wants to go make art or go build things or go be productive on her own. I'm fully supportive of that. But
there is a trend against homework in schools now just because I think kids don't do it. So.
But that's the thing about school to me, though, is like I just, I want Riley doing things that are, fostering her strengths. That's what I like about the Montessori.
I used to have mad homework.
It sort of leans into your strengths.
That's good. I bought a book by the creator of Montessori education recently that I'm going to read.
Linda Montessori?
Yeah, I guess, whatever.
The Italian lady, the first female doctor in Italy's history.
Good for her.
Yeah.
We see JT and his dad and his friends out getting a bunch of drinks, and they're being rude. I didn't clock at first that Wanda is their waitress because she doesn't have the glasses on.
Yeah, it took me a minute too. But then
JT is like, let me pay the check, and then writes on the check. He says,
He writes a slur.
Tell your K-word boyfriend to pay on the receipt.
Yeah. Do you think,
He's a
someone
bad
listening
guy.
could be confused about what the K word is?
It emerges. Do you know the origin of it?
Rhymes with kite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's from Ellis Island.
I've heard this story before.
Yeah.
I forget though. What is it? The
idea, I should verify that this is true.
They couldn't remember their names or something, so they all started writing that one name down.
No, it was
or
that when
something?
you came to Ellis Island, if you couldn't write in English, they would have you like write an X. Yes. So
Did you just
they
Google the
didn't
origin?
they didn't want to write an X because they thought it looked like the cross, and so they would sign with an O, which is a kaikala, which was later shortened to that.
Okay. Dude, this was recorded less than like 9 months ago.
Chill.
No, this album.
I know.
That's so cool.
Yeah, pretty swag. But yeah, we then find out, I guess this scene seems like maybe it was just cut because it was easier to have somebody explain it via monologue. But Bobby 911 explains that Jake screwed JT out of money on an insurance deal for a car. So screws JT out of like $30,000 now that he was supposed to get from an insurance company.
Yeah.
And then JT, I think it's implied, gets Jake fired.
Yes.
Because Jake said his job, and the guy's like, your PO called. He says, you've been screwing up. You've been doing speed again. I don't know what this job is, but his boss has a bunch of tattoos also.
Everyone in this movie has tattoos.
It seems like maybe some kind of job that's like for people in recovery, maybe.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But the boss is like nice and straightforward with him. He's like, I need you to pee. Fill it up. He's like, no, man, I can't fucking do this. And then he starts melting down. The boss has to like throw him out of
He's
the
very
fucking
physical.
room. Notice he doesn't use his taekwondo at that point.
Yeah.
Could have beat the boss's ass probably, but
I don't know. The boss is pretty tough looking.
yeah.
He had a Fu Manchu. I don't feel like you can grow a Fu Manchu if you don't have some skills.
True.
Right?
True.
Like God doesn't allow wimps.
It implies that you're familiar with some Asian stuff, right? So Fu Manchu probably comes with Kung Fu.
Probably did.
But the next scene, so he's Jake is crying and melting down. Like I said, he says, "I'll take you down here with me."
Very, very Shakespearean.
Crazy.
Leaning in. This guy
Over the top.
cares about his commitment is real.
Next scene, Jake and some buddies break into JT's house, and I think this is key. JT has the gun, but he hides.
Yeah, he hides and
He's
doesn't.
scared.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get caught by them there. Jake shits on his floor.
That's an epic scene too.
They don't appear to even take anything.
No, they just go to the
don't
house
think-
to wreak havoc, dude.
They just fuck shit up in there. And as they're leaving, Jake sees that JT is there and watching.
Yeah, he does.
Extra humiliating. Like you just played possum while I came in your house and took a shit on the floor. You're scared. You scary bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And JT decides to move. And he tells everybody, like, I came home and this shit was done. And
Yeah.
I know it was this guy or whatever. But he doesn't want to tell everybody that he was present and that
Nope.
he just let this shit happen. He's a bitch. He's very weak and scared, and he wants everybody to think that he's the alpha
boss.
dog.
Yeah.
The alpha dog, which they never say that in this movie, but I think that's what that's all about, you know. So Jake's parents are mad at him. They find a tiny bong that he has, and then I like the pipe that he has too. It's like the classic, really cheap teenager pipe when he's smoking weed with them. But he sneaks out the window and gets picked up immediately. Frankie and JT and Manny are driving in this van, and they see him and they swoop him up. Notably, he doesn't use his taekwondo skills, which we later find out that he does. But they bring him over to this guy's house.
Yeah, it seems pretty easy.
Very minor character who I like a lot, named Chucky Mota, is just like smoking weed with these two girls.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
This is, again, they've just committed a kidnapping, and they're immediately like, let's have 3 strangers lay eyes on this kid. And
Yeah.
they get numbers. They're numbered as witnesses. And they take him in the bedroom and tape him up.
The first number drives by during the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They take him in the bedroom and tape him up. And
the abduction.
and he's like, what are you doing? You're taping up this guy in my house. And JT just cocks the gun. And he goes, so that's what it is? He's like, yeah, that's what it is, bitch. He thinks he's real big. Yeah. He's got this gun.
You better tell him what time it is.
Yeah. But they end up like arguing over who's going to take care of the kid. And Frankie kind of gets stuck with him because the rest of them want to go to Fiesta, which I guess is like some kind of like.
Down in Palm Springs.
That's just a party?
Yeah, it sounds like some type of festival.
It looks lame.
Palm Springs Festival.
Yeah. But
Palm Springs, like street, like Gasparilla for fucking rich, leathery white people.
Jake shows up because they're all now. They're like, people are at the house because Olivia and the dad are looking for Zach, and Jake shows up, and the dad is like, "Are you sure you don't know anybody who could have done this? Maybe that guy that owes you money." And Olivia's like, "Someone owes you money. I'll write the check right now." She starts beating the shit out of Jake, and Jake does this great piece of acting where he's like, and he puts his arm around her neck and like pulls her in. And he's like, I'll find him. And he's just got this like kind of blank look on his face, and he realizes like they probably took my brother, right?
But that's not his mom.
I know, it's his stepmom.
Yeah, so that's the.
But I like him pulling her into a hug while she's trying to beat him up is great.
Yeah.
So then he goes to a party looking for Zach, ends up doing insane kung fu.
Yeah,
there's just like a fucking
lady
Hong Kong fight scene in the middle of this movie. Yeah, this girl's like, "Hey man," walking toward him. He just fully punches her in the face.
That was one of the epic moments in the movie that I remember everybody laughing about. The scene where Ben Foster fucks that chick up, and she like flies across the room, and then he fucks up like 6 other people, and then he makes this really calm announcement. If anybody sees Jonathan Truly, tell him I am looking for him. True love.
Anytime somebody you don't know that they know martial arts and then they start displaying it, it is always funny. That thing that you're doing is very audible.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh man.
But
this is bothering me. Is wiggling around. I need an Allen key.
This is one of many.
Found one.
Great. Very frustrating moments in the movie. Frankie takes Zach to Fiesta and he gives him the opportunity to leave.
There's a few of these moments.
But Zach has already you've already seen him like smoking weed and playing video games with Bobby 911. Mm-hmm. Like he's having a good time. Much like myself at his age, all he cares about is smoking weed.
Yeah.
And wacky Zachy.
And he's like, I don't want to make any trouble for my brother.
Exactly. I don't want to cause any problems
This
for my
is
brother.
something that is connected to be true. There is a witness who claims saying, oh, no, this is what it was. Saying, is a girl, hey, you're not fucking handcuffed. Why don't you just bounce? And him saying, nothing's going to happen. I'm just having fun. I'll be home in no time. So he was truly like under the influence, under the, impression that this was just like.
He's a sheltered kid who's getting to live the life of like 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
He's having a great time.
Super fucking sideways.
So Frankie brings him to his house. We see another irresponsible parent, his dad, having a threesome with 2 hot chicks.
Yeah.
Tries to introduce him. He's like, smoke a doobie with your dad.
Smoke a doobie with your old man.
And I like that in the morning his dad
bro.
is straight buttoned up. His dad's like, get up, do your chores. He's wearing a suit. He's like, I got a wicked hangover. And Frankie explains his dad is a botanist and he's like an alcoholic, but he
does
grows all his own food and he has a huge weed plot.
Yeah.
And we meet Keith.
So LA. That's one of the things I love about this movie is the parents, how fucking Hollywood they are, or hills they are.
But they're not. This is San Gabriel Valley.
Whatever, same shit.
What are the?
Just fucking loaded, eccentric people, man. That's what California is known for.
Demographics of this place.
White, and white.
Median household income in San Marino is $117K.
A day?
Yes.
That ain't shit. I guess for the median.
Yeah.
That's what plumbers make today.
That's what you make?
Yeah.
Pretty good. We meet Keith, very obnoxious, annoying stoner type character. He's got long black hair and like a beanie on for the entire movie, but his friend Susan's mom...
17 in real life, that character. Yeah.
His friend Susan's mom is like, yeah, could you take Julie, like these younger kids with you?
Fuck the night.
What's my anniversary? And to his friend's mom, he goes, are you going to suck his dick? So rude.
Obnoxious. Yeah, obnoxious.
But that's
Teresa was not cool with that whole thing.
This kind of like set of friends. These are Frankie's friends who are like less criminally involved, just some other rich kids. They come over to his house, including Julie, played by Amanda Seyfried, who sits next to Zach and hits a bong.
And there's another girl in this that's not fucking okay with the whole thing. And
Susan,
she's very
the blonde girl.
Very vocal about it.
Yes.
And she's actually involved in one of the last
Played by
scenes.
Dominique Swain.
Yeah, one of the last scenes where she's like, you better get a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
Leading me to believe that she was probably like integral in connecting the dots for the police.
I think so, probably.
Just expediting the, they were all going to be found.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Zach tells Julie, like, I'm 17, but I look really young, And Frankie explains this situation to Keith, and he's like, keep it down. He thinks it's cool. Also, he's like,
yeah,
this kid's brother owes Johnny some money. So Johnny took him and kidnapped him. And the kid's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not good,
Yeah.
And Keith tells Susan what's going on. They end up at Susan's house. She calls Keith an F slur, and she spazzes out about him being kidnapped. But Julie is like, I think it's hot.
Stolen boy.
I think it's hot. I think it's cool. Susan, one of my favorite lines, goes, this shirt is cool. Bob Marley is cool. Kidnapping is not cool. But Zach, we kind of see he's fine as long as he stays high.
Yeah.
If he's smoking weed, he's hanging out with these cute chicks that seem to like him. He doesn't mind this, He's like having a great time up until the last moments before his death, basically.
He has these bouts of consciousness throughout, but never enough.
When else does he even realize what's going on?
Who?
Zach.
Oh, no.
You're talking about Frankie.
Yeah. Frankie has these moments, which, they say he got a life sentence. Do you know that means different? You probably know this. A life sentence, if it doesn't say without possibility, is a certain amount of years, and it's different from state to state. When I was in Georgia, it was like 17 years. So that guy could be out by now.
Yeah, you got to pass the parole board and everything.
The guy that pulled the trigger, is probably dead now.
It says he was on death row. I don't know.
In 2006.
Find out.
20 years? But, and then, I'd really like to know.
Ryan Hoyt is still alive. His sentence was commuted to life imprisonment.
Well, what about Johnny Truelove? Yes. What did he end up being convicted of? Accessory or conspiracy? I was hoping today to get to the bottom of his complete.
He's serving a life sentence.
Yeah.
And he was convicted of.
He's still alive.
During closing statement. Kidnapping and first-degree murder with special circumstances. Exactly what it says in the movie.
So he got first-degree murder too.
Yeah. If you tell somebody to kill somebody and they kill somebody, you killed somebody.
And it's first degree off the top too, because that's fucking intent. That's premeditation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing that's hardest to prove is premeditation.
And he starts having this idea at this point. He shows up to meet with Frankie and he's like, Emil Hirsch is great in this movie. He's so casual about all this stuff. We could be in some big ass trouble. You can't just take a kid and have no one notice.
Offers him $2,500, dude.
Yeah, he's like, what would you say if I gave you? I like this. Frankie is like freaking out. He's like, you know how I get with this anxiety shit. Yeah. And JT gives him a joint, which think about being baked and having a kidnapped child that you don't know what to do with. I would be very anxious.
Yeah, that would not be.
Weed does not help with that kind of anxiety.
Not at all.
If you have like a real thing like that, it's crazy. This is he's like, hypothetically, what would you do if I offered you $2,500 to kill the kid? And he pretends it's a joke.
I'd be like, put 2 more zeros at the end of that conversation. What are we doing? You're talking about life, dude.
But Frankie suggests just give the kid some money, make him feel cool. And we see Julie like running around holding hands with Zach. JT interrupts him and asks to talk to Zach alone. He's like, I just wanted to say sorry about all this shit, man. It's ridiculous.
Do you ever feel like when you're like reliving the story or talking about a story do you ever have like this glimmer of hope inside of you that you can change the outcome?
No.
You ever watch a movie that you don't like the way it ends and you're hoping that it'll be different this time?
No. I know exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, I know what's going to happen, but wouldn't it be interesting to do that? Isn't that what like Tarantino did?
This is a Tarantino-esque movie, also, I would say.
In a sense. I mean, not to the...
I think the complexity
strong,
of it is sort of, but
you know how Tarantino changes, you know, he does the historical fictions.
Yeah, of course. Charles Manson doesn't kill the people, you know.
And they kill Hitler, too. We get to kill Hitler.
Spoiler. But, yeah, Susan wants to tell her mom about this kidnapped kid, you know. She says, I asked for 1 night out of the year to make love to your father, and you can't even give me that. I'm on X right. I'm Xing right now. I can't understand anything that you're saying.
I'm Xing.
But JT calls Jake at his parents' house to try and like squash the shit. Jake, crucial mistake here. I think he could have saved his brother's life if he didn't do this.
Flips out.
Spazzes out on him. Says
eat his heart.
I'm going to eat your fucking heart, basically.
This probably does lead to the death.
I think so. Because the next thing is JT calls his attorney. The attorney's like, you're looking at life. You should dig a deep hole. Although he's talking about it hypothetically like it's somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
And they go to borrow this other... I didn't catch this guy's name, but they borrow this other guy's mom's car. They're kind of putting the plot for the murder.
Did you ever watch Mad Men?
No.
This guy's in Mad Men. That guy with the long hair?
Yeah, he plays Pete or whatever.
Yeah, he plays like a totally different type of character.
Sure.
It's pretty funny, dude. Me and Teresa were laughing about that. We did the Mad Men thing.
But they have a hotel party.
Watch it.
And Keith's mom drops everybody off at this hotel party. They invade this bathroom. They pull this girl off the toilet. She's like, what the hell?
Yo, that shit is crazy. Toilet paper is like coming with her the whole way. It's fucked up.
I like that the girls are partying and one of them is like, woo, and she just like drinks one Heineken and then drinks another Heineken.
Yeah,
like she just has two Heinekens that she's drinking out of. Turn up. But Zach demonstrates that he's a black belt in Taekwondo, like does some moves.
Frankie's like has a good
Frankie.
positive response to it. I like.
Frankie's like a okay, solid dude. He's just a coward. But Julie introduces Zach to this girl named Alma, and she's like, watch how quick I get this down. And she chugs a wine cooler. I love that they don't cut. You just watch her drink a wine cooler for like 20 seconds. And then they make Zach do it. And he chugs and he's like kind of staring at them. And it's like going all over his face. And they're like, nice.
Yeah.
It's just such like teenager, early 20s type behavior. Keith kind of blows up his spot and tells the girls that he's only 15. But Alma's like,
what a fucking dick move, too.
Alma's like, you ever been laid, stolen boy?
Yeah.
He's like, ooh. And we don't see the conversation of JT like pitching Elvis on the murder, but he just goes, what do you think? And Elvis says, no more music videos. That's what I think. He's trying to prove himself to Johnny.
What does that comment mean? No more music videos.
Earlier in the movie, he's talking about how the rapper's like, this is just music videos. They don't really fucking do crimes. They don't really kill shit. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's time to be real.
JT asked if Elvis needs anything.
I understood the inference. Is that properly used right there?
Yes.
But Teresa was like, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know why it means this, but it means he's going to go kill him.
Yeah. Because it's Elvis is saying that earlier in the scene where he's breakdancing. But JT's like, do you need anything? You need money? Elvis is like, no.
Oh, I got cat. Yeah.
See, he's literally killing this guy just to prove himself to Johnny.
Yeah, which is a real dynamic that exists.
Sure.
I've seen that before. And it's like Elvis was like the poor kid or something. You know what I mean? Who just wanted to be a part of the group.
And he owes Johnny money and he's like, I owe him so much, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So they take Zach out to the pool to skinny dip.
I'd actually love to read the reality of that relationship.
Well, read the book.
They skinny dip. There is a book?
There's multiple books about this, yeah. It's a famous case. But, yeah, this was a much paused scene on the DVD for me, trying to see Amanda Seyfried's boobs when she jumps in the pool. She was a huge crush for me as a young man. She plays the girl that gets murdered in Veronica Mars season 1. And she was just, like, so hot. Looks kind of like an alien. It's my type.
Yeah.
But they play, like, sexual
another
Marco
movie
Polo.
her and Justin Timberlake are in together.
They statutory rape him.
Yeah, sort of.
And then it's after that, and they're leaving. The girls are all giggling. Julie gives him her number. She says, you better call me.
Yeah.
They say, thanks for the virginity. We love you, Zach. He's like, yes.
Yeah.
My life is so awesome.
It's pretty epic, yeah. And then it ends.
Elvis shows up. He tells Frankie the plan. He kind of like slams Frankie up against the wall. He's like, who's sucking whose cock now?
Yeah, buddy.
Which, you are still sucking Johnny's cock, sir. You're about to murder someone.
And here's another
just because he
moment
said so.
where they give you the old, like, you know, they try to get him out of it. Frankie's like, hey, man, go give me some cigarettes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, they do it to you.
They make Keith dig the grave. But yeah, he's like, you want to get some cigarettes? He's
they
like,
do it again, too, where Bruce Willis is smacking a meal around. He's like, call him.
Yeah.
But they're out in the desert, so they don't get the phone call.
Justin Timberlake also asked him, like, you want to take a drive? He's like, no, I just want to watch a movie. It's like, dude, just say, hey, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But he's trying to do these little outs without telling him what's going on. It's so painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Bruce Willis is waiting for Johnny at the girlfriend's house, slaps him up, asks him where the kid is. The lawyer's there too. He's like, look, we'll have a sit down with the kid. You probably won't do any time. He's like, no jail. And Elvis starts convincing Frankie to participate. He says they'll all be doing life. Otherwise, he's like, look, we talked to a lawyer. Dumb, extremely dumb people. All he heard was JT was like, yeah, we got to kill him or else we're going to go to jail.
That shit is
they're so stupid.
Fucking annoying, dude. The whole time they're walking up the hill, annoying isn't even the word. You're like, just fucking stop right now. This will all be okay.
Yeah.
Like, you guys will
I
get
genuinely
in some
believe
trouble.
they could have returned Zach and he wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, well,
I fully believe him when he's like, I'll never rat you guys out. In the car on the way there, he's like, yeah, I'll just tell my parents I went with a girl. And it's so heartbreaking. He goes, yeah, like Julie.
Yeah.
He's young and in love. He just had sex for the first time.
And he's like, I went to Bakersfield.
When I get back, I want to start completely fresh. I want to learn the guitar. It bugs me that I don't know how to do anything. Yeah. He's looking at it like he went to fucking camp.
I'm going to be nicer to my mom.
You know, she's really like just the nicest person to me. And these are such realistic, like stoned child thoughts that you have.
Yeah.
Like he's so big.
They humanize him big time on the way up the hill, dude. It's super upsetting. And I'm just like, first of all, even if he does say anything, okay, maybe you guys catch them, but they have to press charges. The state can pick up the charges. You're all rich. You'll all have lawyers. You may go to jail for, that's what he tells me. He says 2 years, winter, that's a great Harry Dean Stanton line. Winter, summer, out. And that's like true, you know? And it's like, oh yeah, it's very, very hard to watch. Very upsetting.
He says, I think I'm going to start being nicer to my mom. It's kind of gay, but if you think about it, she's the shit. She's my best friend. And that's you ever be really high and you're like, damn, my mom's so cool. Yeah. And just him having those high thoughts and being about to die. They walk past a pair of hikers, and this is witnesses 37 and 38. This is really where it's just like,
all right, guys,
this is the dumbest crime ever.
Yeah.
How fucking dumb are you?
Doesn't have to happen.
Literally, that's where they should have turned. And you see like Keith's face and Frankie's face, just like, these people just saw us with this kid walking up here for no reason.
I love Keith is like, I can't fucking do this. I'm getting out of here. And he just runs and sits in the car.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch,
which is true. They had him dig the grave. The real guy, they had him dig the grave, but he wasn't present for the murder.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the car. It's not like he ran away.
Sure.
He just ran into the car.
But at that point, after Keith kind of like gives Zach a hug and runs back to the car, Zach starts to realize something up, and great performance. He's just kind of like freaking out, crying. He's like, Frankie, I thought we were boys. And Frankie's like, we're just going for a walk.
This is where Frankie becomes the biggest coward of them all. He starts swearing to God.
I swear to God, we're not going to hurt you. You know I never hurt you. And then Elvis pulls out a big-ass Tech 9, a huge submachine gun, and they're all talking over each other. Zach's like, please, I won't tell anybody. Frankie's like, are we going to do this? Are we going to do this? And Elvis is like, shut the fuck up. I can't fucking concentrate. And they're all screaming, which is why it's completely pointless that they then duct tape Zach's mouth. Everybody, anyone nearby would have heard this.
Yeah.
But he's like, I would never hurt you, Zach. You know this, but I'm going to have to tape you up. And he just keeps saying like, I don't want to die. And he says, I have to tape your mouth too. And Anton Yelchin's last words, he just goes, all right.
Yeah.
He wants so hard to believe that nothing's going to happen, but knocks him in the grave with a shovel, sprays him up with the Uzi.
Dude, so unnecessary, the shovel thing. I was just like, God damn, insult to injury, huh?
These are just dumb people.
And he's
man.
still making noise too after he gets hit with the shovel. Yeah.
It's just so loud.
Yeah.
Automatic gunfire.
Yeah. It shoots him like a dozen times.
Yeah, like 9 times.
It's very sad. It's just sad.
True story, brother. And this is probably the most brutal scene for me as we cut to like Sharon Stone's interview, and she's put on some weight. She looks not great, and she's doing this thing, which if you deal with people with like traumatic grief, they do, where she's like smile crying.
Yeah.
Where she's like laughing while she's got tears coming down her face. And she tells the story of like the morning where they came and said that her son is dead. She says, Jake didn't show up to the funeral. He was worried he would get hit. He owes somebody $50,000. They have different rules in the drug game. They killed my son for $1,200.
Yeah.
She's like, I loved him every single day of his life. Then they ask like something about like why she tried to kill herself. And she goes, alcohol was involved with that. And she says she didn't cut her wrists the wrong way.
Yeah. Teresa read that the woman said that she wanted to die, but also wanted to see justice done.
Yeah.
So kept like not pulling, all going the full, just trying to like, I guess I can sort of understand that. I had a couple of, failed attempts myself over the years, and it wasn't because I necessarily wanted to die. I just needed to make a strong personal statement about how upset I was about the condition of my life.
That's so funny. Hold on, I want to show you one of my favorite little videos here.
Video time. I don't know
this is my statement on suicide. From the movie Rotting in the Sun. Check that movie out.
You sent me that fucking clip of Basic Instinct scene, dude.
Sharon Stone sucking Michael Douglas nipples.
And I just opened it like an idiot and on loud volume, and Teresa's in bed next to me like, what the fuck are you watching? And I'm like, Tony sent me some clip from a movie, but she's
sucking his nipples.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty funny.
So seeing Basic Instinct where Sharon Stone doesn't speak above this volume for the entire movie.
Yeah.
With this performance, she's a killer actress.
Yeah.
This scene, she says, they say there's a reason for everything. If God's got a purpose for me, he better get down here and tell me what the fuck it is. And she goes like, she makes this little like noise. It's just really like, oh, this lady is just devastated. And then she's like, I think that's enough for today.
Yeah. Well, they're in the hospital. They're at the mental hospital interviewing her. That's what that's what the thing says. Yeah. California hospital or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was
but she's like asking if it's okay if they stop. It's really fucking sad.
I guess too, it's your only kid. I just super morbid thought.
You got your stepson, Jake, dumbass, who got him killed. I have this fucking meth head.
I have this super morbid thought sometimes, like if you lost a kid, how would you go on? And then I think, but you have other children. You have to
Praise God.
And so you have to go on. But are you like dishonoring the memory of your other child by not falling apart? But if it's your only child, and I fucking dude. Oh, James's plumbing minute. I told you about this actually.
Go ahead.
I was at an older couple's house, the quintessential Carrollwood grandparents. Okay,
I don't know about this region, so I don't know what this means. But go ahead.
Just successful white folks. Okay, but like a house with character on a big plot of land. Not some like stucco McMansion, a wood house with a lot of character. And a lot of grandparents things, and a garden, and I'm working on their house and I have to leave and I come back and it's just the man, and the man starts treating me like a bartender and he's just telling me everything about his life. And I'm working under a sink and he's telling me how his son was a plumber and he died from huffing last year.
Huffing what?
I don't know. And he's like, do you even know what the fuck that is? And he's like shivering, his voice is cracking, and I was like, actually, yeah, they totally know what huffing is. It's fucking horrible, and I'm sorry to hear about that, man.
Did you tell him that you're a friend of Bill?
Yeah, so I was like, well, you were honest with me, man. Because at the beginning of the story, he goes, my wife fucking killed me for telling you this, but, telling everyone my problems.
So it's got to be a sad moment.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, I don't fucking want to be alive anymore, man. He's old too, and his body's falling apart. Like his leg was all bandaged up, and he was limping. He was very tall. I imagine being tall like you, it starts to hurt. Earlier. Yeah. He's taller than you too. He was like high 6 foot, like over 6'6", real tall fucking guy.
6'7".
Yeah, and so I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm in recovery. Actually, I have some experience with that kind of behavior, and it's fucking terrible, man. But I got my head together a few years ago, and now I have a family and all this. He was like, that's fucking great, and then we just move on, like men do. Sure. Tend to like maybe open up to each other, but then like, okay, back to being men or whatever. I finish up the thing. I'm leaving, and as I'm they've got this winding driveway, and has gone to the mailbox, and he's coming back, and I'm rolling up on him, and I just roll down the window, and I just say, hey, man, I'm super grateful that you felt comfortable enough to share that with me. And he starts crying, and he's like, and I'm grateful for your story. And I start crying, and I'm like, I swear to God, not crying, but like choked up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, some kind of weird fucked up balance, man, that just ain't fair. And he's like, ain't that the fucking truth? And then we just parted ways.
That's beautiful.
It was so fucking special, bro. It was like a really cool moment, because it was like, I had been on this trip lately, how, karma, I don't think is singular. I don't think that the concept of karma is in your life. Like, we like to think that karma means if I do good shit, I get good shit. What goes around comes around. That ain't true. That woman's kid got killed. He seemed like a good guy. She seemed like an okay lady. Bad shit happens to good people. Good shit happens to bad people. But the universe is balanced. So the pain that goes around and turns into love. Like, do you ever wonder, you've probably had enough friends and seen enough people die of this fucking alcoholism or whatever, then
certainly,
like, how come I got to change my life, and how come I get to leave this like beautiful, like I live in a dream. It's crazy. My life is insane. My children, the whole thing's crazy. But there was a moment where the balance was like registering. And I got to see the other side of the story, and he got to see the other side of the story, and it like, I don't know, it was really cool.
It is, and you got to recognize
Event horizon.
There, but for the grace of God, go I.
Yeah.
I think about getting that tatted on me.
And that's a good one. I'm not against those kind of tattoos.
It would be like a square of the initials TBFTGOGGI.
Okay. I know who should do that for you.
I'll do it myself.
And he got to see, not for nothing, like that story exists on another timeline the other way.
Yeah.
And maybe even like find some comfort in that. Because he didn't seem like the kind of guy that was going to, pull his own card, but his life was
bummed.
Yeah. Bummed. And he was like, what'd you do? And I was like, well, I'm in recovery, man. I go to 12-step stuff. And he was like, oh, man, don't mention that around my wife, okay? If I don't get my fucking Glenlivet, dude. And I was like, don't worry, bro. Fucking drink up for the both of us, homie.
Good for him, dude. I
think that's actually what ended the conversation the first time. Was it got to a point. It's like, okay, you're going to drink. I'm not. We're cool. Let me get back under your kitchen sink here. But
as long as he doesn't start being like, man, I wonder what this huffing stuff's all about.
Yeah.
My son really liked it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, I think he did mention it was some like duster type thing. And I did that. I totaled somebody's car doing that.
My sponsee was doing duster and crashed his car. And the police came up to the window of his car and were knocking on it, and he was continuing to hit the duster while the police were trying to talk to him.
See, that's the one thing that was great about my situation is by the time the cops got there, the can is not a piece of evidence because there's a ton of shit in the car. I'm no longer high. I will not piss dirty or blow dirty. Like, totally got away with it.
Praise God.
Except I totaled that person's car.
Whose car was it?
My friend's cousin. I lived with him briefly in Maryland. I was homeless.
Using other people's cars. I'm glad that that's not a big part of my life anymore.
Yeah. I used to do it a lot.
Let me borrow your car.
Yeah, I used to.
Nobody's borrowing my fucking car.
Nobody, no. And every now and then I got to borrow someone else's real quick, just like run up to the store. It's basically because they've blocked me in at my house.
Yeah.
You know. But I have 3 cars to choose from today.
Praise God.
Anyway.
The last couple things here, you already mentioned it. Susan shows up at Johnny's. She goes, Zach's dead.
Yeah.
And he, very smooth, goes, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Rather than being like,
fucking idiot. Yeah. I just
and he tries to deny it. He's like, what? I mean, I had nothing to do with it. And she goes, you better get a fucking lawyer. The cops bust Elvis while he's very humiliatingly wearing a bucket hat.
Yes.
And we see Johnny has dyed his hair, trades his car, goes to a motel room with his girlfriend.
I love the
I don't know what kind of car it is.
impotence scene.
Oh yeah.
That, they just had to throw that in there, dude.
She says, you want to fuck? He's like, all right. And they're very businesslike about it. They don't undress each other. They both just like get undressed and get under the covers. And after 10 seconds, she's like, is something wrong?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, everything is wrong. You are wanted for murder. Girl.
Yeah, he's like, can I catch a break? I'm a little stressed.
Yeah, she's like, your dick's not even hard. He says, it's getting there. She says, it's like a piece of bubble gum.
That's funny, yeah.
And he's like, well, do something about it. And while she's giving him head, the room like starts to warp around him.
Yeah.
Because he's getting paranoid. And then he doesn't get hard. And she says, you're a sorry little bitch. You can't even fuck. And so he goes out for cigs.
You're getting into it.
It's awesome. She goes out for cigs. He comes back. Nothing better than when you're trying to get a boner and a girl says, is everything okay? And is like really trying to rush you to get a boner, you know?
Yeah.
It's not happening if you're going to be, get off my case.
I've never had that issue.
Let me eat some pussy for a minute.
I have the other problem. My boner doesn't stick around for long enough.
Praise God. Praise God.
Just wants to do its job and go back to its
sneeze
hole.
And go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So he gets, this is crazy also. Must be a really nice friend. Goes to his friend from junior high's house who takes him up to Canada. And then he gets panicked in Canada. So he wants to go back down toward Mexico. Ends up dropping him back at Harry Dean Stanton's house. Bruce Willis does an interview and denies knowing where he is. We don't see him again until he's walking around looking fancy in Europe. And we find out he gets arrested by Interpol. I was curious about this because it's like, why does he go from being kind of a hood rat type individual in the United States to he's in Europe, so suddenly he's wearing suits and stuff? It's kind of like, it's not really flying under the radar, you know?
Yeah, I think it's to show what a douchebag he is.
Yeah.
I hate that like women are checking him out in that last scene.
Yeah. But we see the Interpol guys roll up on him. It's yeah. So he gets arrested.
Yeah.
And the real guy, I guess, was arrested like while they were making this movie. So
yeah, apparently. You know what's funny is I didn't put that together when I was watching it. I didn't put that math together.
He was arrested in 2005. And
the movie came out in 2006.
Yep. On the same day, his dad was arrested for manufacturing GHB.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh?
That stuff's horrible. How do you manufacture that stuff? Isn't it like fucking gasoline cleaner, like engine cleaner or something?
GHB?
Yeah.
Nah. It's a naturally occurring neurotransmitter.
Bullshit.
It's a general anesthetic. It's used in the treatment of narcolepsy. They use it for alcohol dependence. That's crazy. So they just start giving you GHB to get over your booze.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like Suboxone.
Gay guys love it. There's an app that the gay guys use where it tells you when to redose on your G so you don't do too much G. My friend, who I will not name, loves GHB. She would pass out like on the floor of our apartment, and I'd have to like pick her up and carry her into her bed, which was fine because she weighed like 83 pounds.
I'm a little bummed, but I'm also a little stoked here. The stylus replacement diamond tip for my record player will not be arriving until tomorrow. So I will not be able to enjoy my
styli is the plural.
Okay. My styli will not be enjoyed. My record will not be enjoyed. I feel like I should like introduce the band, you know? It's their third studio
Ladies
album.
and gentlemen.
Geese.
Very good. Where do you think they're going to go next?
The band?
I feel like he's got to do a rock opera, like write like a long narrative type thing.
Yeah, I could see that. He's got kind of a nerdy sort of complex going.
I was talking about boats and sailors.
Yeah.
I love that.
I would be excited because I feel like they've kind of honed, like, I definitely think 3D Country is way more, I don't know, like catchy, but you see growth in their genre for sure in the new album.
Yes.
Getting Killed. I haven't listened to the first record at all.
It's all right. It's more post-punk, which I'm not a huge fan of, but
I like post-punk. I should check it out. Projector, it's called. I saw it. I just haven't listened to it. What a weird time to become a band, dude. 2021. Thought that was pretty cool. In Brooklyn. Bitch was closed down. They dropped their first album in a motherfucking...
in high school.
Yeah, that is fucking nuts how young these people are.
Makes me depressed.
I saw or listened to them covering a Talking Heads song.
What song? He's kind of he's got like the David Byrne thing sometimes.
There's a little bit of Talking Heads going on. It's a famous song too.
They formed in 2016.
Really? What happened? That's in high school?
Yeah, so he would have been 14 years old when they started the band.
Talking Heads.
Here I come, here I come, here I come, here I come.
This must be the place.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He headlined a concert at Carnegie Hall. The concert was filmed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
No shit.
That's pretty crazy.
What? Just Cameron Winter or the band?
Cameron Winter.
Oh shit.
That was in 2025. December of last year.
But what's funny is there's a photo of them very young, and the evolution of Emily Green is quite obvious if you look at this photo. He's behind her to the left. She's behind him to the left. You see?
I love this song.
Yeah. It's a great song.
This was my ex-girlfriend's favorite song.
But the evolution of Emily Green is something I'm pretty interested in.
Why?
I just, the concept of
Transing
and becoming a rock star at the same time is very fascinating to me. The concept of becoming a rock star at a young age is fascinating to me. Like, this is why I love the Taxes song, because I love the idea of some 20-something-year-old who's just went through puberty and then became fucking famous and is now finding out about this agency that owns most of your money, no matter what, and how it turns liberals into conservatives so fucking quickly, and it just changes people's concept of the world, and how much of a hit that has, because I know it is a hit for me, and I'm just a fucking schmuck. Could you imagine having this? Because about God complex the doctors and shit have. There's got to be some of that going on.
I got an accountant that works some magic on my shit, and now they're paying me.
Yeah, but you didn't make $1 million. Okay, if you make $100 million as an artist,
how do you know? I didn't make $1 million
because I know you, and and it's not a bad thing to not make $1 million. It's a good thing to make $1 million, and I hope everybody figures out how to one day. I haven't yet.
But if we all make $1 million, then you have to make $1 million to be rich.
Yeah, but the point is that your money was being taxed throughout the year. These guys get these fat checks, and they, historically, artists are not, savvy in money, and they don't really pay attention to that sort of thing. My wife is an artist. She had no idea. We almost ended up owing like fucking 20 grand this year. And we had to work it out, and we did, but 20 grand, that's only if you make 60. They want 30% of your money, bro. It's fucking crazy. Especially if you're 1099. It's a whole thing. It's like you want
1099.
Yeah, you got to work on that. You need to
make an LLC.
Yeah, make an LLC or an S corp or something that protects you.
This guy flipped my taxes and did something crazy with them. So
yeah, but the thing is they're you know, your tax agent does not have to worry about you being audited. Okay. They should ethically, but
isn't it their fault?
No, it's so I don't know. But here's the thing about tax law. Do you know it's not law?
Just a code.
It's all probate. It's all gray. A real tax attorney will tell you you are only taking positions against tax law. It's not even really law. It's so they can work around just like you can. And being audited is the most miserable fucking shit a person can endure. So it's better to just be straightforward with the IRS.
I think they're being straightforward.
Probably.
I don't know what the hell they got.
Well, at our level, it's not like, big deal. But I'm trying to get to a place where it is. Dude, my friend pays every quarter to the tax man, and he pays $40,000 every quarter.
Good God.
And then he has a lump that he pays at one point, but it's all just to keep him out of his asshole. But I love that idea. And so back to the full circle, somebody, and it's got to be helping with the confidence, because if you look at the evolution of Emily Green over the time, her appearance becomes more and more confident. Her behavior becomes more and more confident. And that is because her musicianship, I'm sure. What are you looking at?
Cameron Winter's mother wrote this book that I've been hearing about called More, a Memoir of Open Marriage. A magnetic, intensely personal debut memoir of a happily married mother's exploration of sex and relationships outside her marriage. How a polyamorous mom had a big sexual adventure and found herself.
Good for
what? What?
Why is that such a bad thing to you?
I'm just shocked. I was like, it says, oh, his mom is a writer, and she's this writer. That's nuts. Do people know this?
I mean, you do. It's on the internet. So do you not think that that's a fascinating concept? Like, how many...
Do people know that this is the guy? Hold on. What the fuck? Mother polyamory. Damn, his mom is...
Let's do a podcast on Cameron Winter one day.
Maybe in the winter.
All right. Ooh, in Cameron's winter.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, God.
Again, I'm super grateful for this gift, dude. I don't think anybody's going to get me anything this good. I don't think most people know. It's Monday. Tomorrow's my birthday is Monday.
Praise God.
So I was kind of trying to do it today, but it's super bad luck to celebrate your birthday the day before your birthday. But then what do? Wait. Oh, you know what? And then it's probably going to be a while before we do another podcast, because you're gone next week, and the week after that I got a dive going on. So we need a guest, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
We should pick a guest for the next one. Do you want to read this out loud? Would you want to share this with us? You're super fucking...
For anyone prone to experiencing secondhand embarrassment, there's a scene in Molly Roden Winter's debut, More, a Memoir of Open Marriage, that should come with a warning. Winter is at her home in Brooklyn. She has just had sex with her boyfriend while her 2 children sleep upstairs. Cameron Winters sleeping upstairs while his mom's getting fucked by some random ass guy.
And
her husband consented to her tryst, but feeling guilty, she dashes naked into the kitchen to text him. Don't worry, she writes. He has nothing on you as a lover. But instead of texting her husband, she accidentally sends the message to her boyfriend, who leaves in a huff and later breaks up with her. Nice. Winter, devastated, begs her husband to come home to comfort her.
Brooklyn.
Dude, this is nuts. I don't know if other people have made this connection. I found something about it on the Red Scare subreddit or somebody. It's pretty crazy that this is Cameron Winter's mom when their most popular song is begging someone not to break up and instead to just have an open relationship.
All do cocaine?
Outpays do cocaine is kind of like that. You can...
What does that mean?
With me and it's a pun on the name of a painting. There's a painting called like Outpays. It's like the place of something. And they just...
Oh, really? And they put cocaine
like
in
cocaine,
there?
Yeah.
That is funny.
All right. That's so nuts.
So sorry that our friend didn't get to come in and talk about this movie. Maybe one day he'll come in and talk about another movie.
Yeah, I think he will.
I'll admit it first. I was like, I don't fucking want to watch this movie. And then I was glad that I watched this movie. I was a little upset. And we're going to cut because Tony is now
I'm so shocked
in the
by
middle
this.
of a rabbit hole.
All right.
It's not that surprising.
It's me having heard about this lady and this book being this big subject of discourse. And then like, oh, she's the mom of this rock star.
That's
New York is a fucking small city, man, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah, Brooklyn specifically.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Later, everybody.
I'm loose.